everybody. It's an honor to be presenting some talks in front of this select audience, and I thank you to organize it, especially to Dr. Pan for this invitation. I will be talking a little about the advances of Brazil towards the attainment of the Millennium Development Goals, and then try to establish some links between those advances and agricultural innovation. Well, although still our country is not a winner as long as the Gini coefficient is related, I would say that we have been advancing very much on those last years, and we started with a coefficient of 0.6, and now you are around 0.4 or something. So it means that although we are a very unequal country, we've been advancing very fast towards attaining those objectives. And this is especially because we have very strong social policies. Governmental support was very heavy on those years. And besides that, there was a civil society mobilization, strong work of the society, and besides all the inflation controlled, economic growth, and so this scenario was pretty much favorable to Brazil keeps continuing or keeps growing towards the attainment of those Millennium Development Goals. So the figures are good in the sense that we started with 141 million inhabitants and more than 30 million people below the poverty line. And nowadays, our population is 189 million, and the population below the poverty line is less than 10 million persons. Besides that, there was a very heavy social inclusion and towards the insertion of the poor people into the middle class, which has caused a sort of a silent revolution in the country. These people has been getting access to credit, these people has been gaining access to goods, and especially to food. So those are good news, although Brazil is not in the map as one which has been a winner as long as child malnutrition is related. Well, I would say that Bolsa Familia program and it was a very important component of this process. So there were heavy cash transfer to families, and today, at this moment, 12 million families are inserted into this program, and has been causing a lot of good effects towards social inclusion. And declines in child mortality also was, I consider it was very impressive. And at the same time, we've been seeing that the weight of the children nowadays is not very dissimilar among the population. So those parameters have been quite well being completed, and due to several issues such as the improvement of income distribution, which I already told, changes in fertility patterns, and especially the health policies. And there is a very good follow-up of the family health nowadays in Brazil through social governmental programs. Well, of course, agriculture has to do a lot with it. If it weren't for agriculture, we would not be growing so much food, and food price would not be so low. So in these last 20 years, our production, as long as grains are concerned, there was an increase of 145%, 4.8% a year. And whereas the harvest area did not grow as much, it was only 27. There was only a 27% increase, and also it decrease of pressure in the Amazon region. As long as meats are concerned, we got an increase of 212% increase in broiler, in beef 73%, and in pork 128%. So all of this, of course, was done through, with the help of advances in technology, with a strong government support in research, with public and private partnership, and several other issues that have been evolving and making agribusiness in Brazil a very strong activity and responsible for most of our exportations. So I especially like this figure. It shows that the food basket real prices have decreased a lot in Brazil, and even when you look at 2008 and those in which there was this very serious crisis of food distribution and food prices all over the world, Brazil has not felt it so strongly, and even this last economic crisis did not affect Brazil as much, because we have food, we have plenty of food, and also the population has access to it. So, of course, those things have to do with agriculture, with agricultural research, and especially with partnership, strong partnership. So, if some of you have looked at the a recent article from The Economist, it was we are very happy to read those the article, but in a sense it seems that when you look at it, that you have just been driving towards agribusiness and the big agriculture. Of course, you have those issues very well taken care. And I would say that one of the best examples of innovation in tropical agriculture was the soybean case. We have progressed a lot in an area, in a crop which was not adapted to temperate regions. So through research, through strong breeding programs, it was adapted to the tropical region and has advanced towards the limits of the Amazon border. And nowadays, under cerrado conditions, we produce a lot of soybean, and the overall area nowadays is 20 million hectares, and you produce almost 60 million tons of soybean. So it's the first product in your exportation basket. And besides the breeding program, there were also national technologies such as the biological nitrogen fixation, biological control of pests to baculovirus, and many things that happened because of the adaptation of this crop to our tropical conditions. But we will also, Embrapa and all his partners, including the state institutions, universities, and international collaborations, the international centers, and private partnership. We've been also targeting agricultural innovation for smallholder farming. So we have a very special case, which is the organization of the food chain for small farmers, making them to grow the dwarf cashew nut tree, and to develop all the processing steps, and also organizing them in cooperatives, and at the same time making them very well aware of the importance and putting them into the technological world. Also, innovation can be put towards the nutritional value of crops. This is a very interesting case of partnership between international institutions, about also with private companies and Embrapa and Brazilian state organizations. Dr. Barbara was here. We talk a lot about that. So it's a very nice piece of integrated work towards increase of nutritional value. Also, cultural innovation and sustainability are possible. You have some examples. Because I don't have much time, I would like to point out the no-tillage and the integration of crop, livestock, and forest systems. This is a very representative case of technology which was developed by Embrapa and partners, and it has a very strong governmental support and has been spreading over Brazil and other countries. And finally, I would like to finish saying about innovation in culture, economics, and social impact. Of course, we generate through it inward development, through increased human development index, higher income, education, health, jobs, stable food supply, this is very important, and increased cultural exports and increasing trade surpluses and diminishing financial vulnerability. So, just to finish, productivity, sustainability, social inclusion, nutrition and health, all this come through agricultural innovation. Thank you very much.